Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The buzz started quiet, almost like the distant hum of an arena before tip-off. Whispers in the hallways, half smiles from insiders, those cryptic tweets from people who just happen to know more than they should. Then, out of nowhere, the chatter hit full volume. DEANTHONY Melton, one of the most underrated defensive guards in the league, is headed to the Los Angeles Lakers. And not just as another roster filler, not just to wear the purple and gold. No, Melton is arriving with a fire in his eyes and a mission on his mind. The word is, this move didn't happen overnight. There were calls late into the night, persuasive conversations about legacy, about joining a franchise dripping with championship banners, and about being the defensive glue in a team already stacked with offensive firepower. Imagine Melton locking up the opponent's best guard while LeBron and AD handle the scoring. That's the vision. Lakers Nation is already buzzing, and the tone is one of excitement mixed with a bit of disbelief. Did Rob Pelinka just pull off one of the sneakiest signings of the offseason? The signs point to yes, and the streets of LA are ready to welcome the Mr. Do-It-All. It's not just the signing that's making waves, it's the promise that came with it. Sources close to the situation say that in his first private conversation with Lakers brass, Melton didn't just thank them for the opportunity. He looked them in the eyes and told them, "I'm bringing the kind of defense that changes games." That's not the language of a man hoping to fit in quietly. That's the statement of someone ready to leave fingerprints all over the postseason. Defensive players rarely get the spotlight in today's stat-obsessed NBA culture, but Melton isn't after fame. He's after moments. The block shot that silences a crowd, the steal that turns into a breakaway dunk, the full-court press that breaks the will of an opposing point guard. And if the Lakers are serious about contending, they know every title run has that guy. The one who doesn't just guard. He takes it personally. Melton's reputation from Memphis to Philly has been exactly that. A pest on the perimeter, a disruptor of offensive flow, the guy you hate playing against but love having on your team. LA might just be the perfect stage for his relentless energy. And here's where it gets even juicier. The rumor mill says Melton had other offers, competitive ones. Teams that could have offered similar money, maybe even more guaranteed years. But the pitch from Los Angeles wasn't about numbers on paper. It was about a vision. LeBron James himself, reportedly, sent a voice note to Melton during negotiations. Now, no one outside the inner circle knows exactly what was said, but you can imagine the impact of hearing the King's voice telling you, "We need your edge." If you're a player like Melton, that's the kind of call that makes you picture yourself in the biggest games under the brightest lights, wearing one of the most iconic jerseys in sports. Insiders hint that Anthony Davis also reached out, emphasizing how much he values a backcourt defender who can fight over screens and rotate with precision. The Lakers didn't just sign Melton. They recruited him like a cornerstone. And if all this is true, it's clear they see him as more than just depth. This is about identity and about planting a flag in the Western Conference arms race. From the outside looking in, it might seem like a small move in a league of blockbuster trades and jaw-dropping max extensions. But anyone who follows basketball closely knows that championship teams are built on the margins. The Lakers already have their superstars. What they needed was a specialist, a guard who can set the defensive tone from the opening tip. In a conference loaded with elite guards, Steph Curry, Jamal Murray, Luka Doncic, it's not just nice to have a defender like Melton. It's survival. The whispers say that during one closed-door film session with the Lakers staff, Melton broke down opponents' tendencies in such detail that coaches were left nodding in appreciation. His basketball IQ, combined with his physical tools, gives him the versatility to guard multiple positions. And in today's switch-heavy NBA, that's gold. This isn't about him replacing anyone or filling an obvious hole. It's about raising the ceiling. Fans may not fully understand the significance now, but give it time. When playoff basketball slows down and every possession feels like it could swing a series, Melton's presence will be felt, loud and clear. Now, If you're wondering how this all plays into the Lakers' offseason strategy, the tea leaves suggest something deliberate. LA isn't chasing every headline move. They're building a roster that can win in different styles. Last season's playoff run exposed certain weaknesses, especially on defense against shifty guards and secondary scorers. Melton addresses that problem directly. But here's the kicker. Multiple sources say this signing is just step one. The Lakers could still be in the hunt for another high-energy wing defender, maybe even a stretch forward who can run the floor. Imagine a defensive lineup with Melton, Jared Vanderbilt, AD, and whoever they add next. That's a nightmare for opposing offenses. And if you believe the insiders, LeBron is quietly thrilled with this move. For a player entering his 22nd season, conserving energy on the defensive end is crucial, and Melton's presence allows that. This isn't just about this year either. The Lakers see Melton as a bridge, a guy who can help in the LeBron era and still be a core piece when the team inevitably transitions into its next phase. It's a smart play, the kind contenders make when they're thinking 2 steps ahead. Of course, with every exciting rumor, there's always the question, will it all work out the way it's being hyped? Melton's fit seems perfect on paper, but the NBA has a way of testing even the best-laid plans. Chemistry matters, rotations matter, and sometimes the expectations placed on a new signing can weigh heavy. But if the early word is anything to go by, Melton is embracing this challenge head-on. One source claimed that during his first workout with a few Lakers teammates, he went full throttle on defense, diving for loose balls, contesting shots like it was Game 7. That's the kind of first impression that sticks. And let's not overlook his offensive capabilities. While defense is his calling card, Melton can knock down threes at a respectable clip and push the ball in transition. On a team with scorers like LeBron and Davis, that's all you need. Hit open shots, make smart passes, and keep the defensive intensity sky high. If he does that, the Lakers could have found themselves a game-changer without breaking the bank. And in the NBA's arms race, those moves can be the most dangerous. What's really fascinating is how quickly Lakers fans have latched onto this news. Social media exploded the moment the signing was hinted at, with fan-made highlight reels flooding timelines within hours. Clips of Melton stripping the ball from all-stars, hitting clutch corner threes, and hustling back to swat layup attempts became the online currency of the day. The excitement isn't just about what he's done. It's about what he might become in purple and gold. Lakers fans love stars, sure, but they also adore the grinders, the blue-collar guys who make the flashy plays possible. Melton has the chance to become one of those cult favorites, the type of player whose jersey you see in the crowd, not because it's trendy, but because it means something. If he brings that promised, implacable defense, he could carve out a place in Lakers lore. And the thought of him hounding Steph in a playoff series or stripping the ball from Jamal Murray in crunch time is enough to make Staples Center, Crypto.com Arena, absolutely roar. Whether this becomes reality or remains an off-season fantasy is the story we're all waiting to see unfold. And here's a final layer to Part 1's unfolding drama, the locker room dynamics. The Lakers have a mix of established leaders, rising stars, and role players fighting for minutes. Bringing in someone like Melton could shift the energy. He's not the loudest voice, but he leads through effort, and that has a way of challenging teammates without a single word spoken. Insiders suggest that Darvin Ham has been pushing for more defensive accountability from day one, and Melton might just be the player to set that tone. He's the kind of guy who turns practice into competition, who forces others to bring their best or get exposed. And if that mindset spreads through the roster, it could change the identity of the team entirely. The idea of a Lakers squad that can score 120 points and still lock teams down on the other end is enough to give any fan goosebumps. Melton might not be the face on the billboards, but sometimes the most important pieces are the ones who never need the spotlight. In a city obsessed with stars, that's a rare and refreshing thing. The more you dig into this signing, the more it feels like one of those under-the-radar moves that could swing a playoff series. Remember how Alex Caruso went from undrafted afterthought to Lakers folk hero because of his relentless defense and hustle? Some insiders are whispering that Melton could be this era's version. but with even more defensive versatility. He's longer, faster, and more disruptive at the point of attack, and he thrives in chaotic moments where the game feels like it's teetering. One scout described him as the guy who makes you think twice about dribbling, and that's exactly the kind of psychological warfare the Lakers could use against teams with elite guards. What's even more intriguing is the chatter about how Melton could unlock lineups that haven't existed for the Lakers in years. 3 guard sets with him, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, where Melton guards the toughest assignment and frees the others to play their natural games. In an NBA where versatility is currency, Melton might be the ultimate Swiss Army knife. And if the Lakers coaching staff really leans into his skill set, this could be one of those signings people look back on and say, that's where the title run began. Some of the most tantalizing whispers are about how Melton might be used offensively. While his defensive presence is undeniable, people forget that during his best stretches, he's also been a legitimate threat from beyond the arc. Reports suggest the Lakers' player development staff has already started mapping out a plan to fine-tune his catch-and-shoot mechanics, focusing on corner threes and transition pull-ups. The logic is simple. In a LeBron-led offense, there will be open looks. You just have to hit them. If Melton can push his three-point percentage into the high 30s, suddenly he's not just a defensive stopper. He's a true two-way weapon. And that's where the comparisons get spicy. Some analysts are saying his ceiling could be somewhere between Drew Holiday and Marcus Smart, both championship-level guards who built reputations on defense, but could also swing games with timely offense. If that's even half true, the Lakers may have struck gold. Add in his ability to push the ball in transition after steals, and you start to see why this move has insiders buzzing. This isn't just about filling a hole. It's about creating a whole new gear for the team. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, what makes the story even richer is the behind-the-scenes recruiting effort. Beyond LeBron and AD's rumored calls, there's word that multiple Lakers assistants reached out to Melton's camp with detailed breakdowns of how he'd fit into their defensive schemes. They showed clips of him blowing up pick-and-rolls in Memphis, forcing turnovers in Philadelphia, and even switching on to bigger forwards without getting overpowered. This wasn't a, hey, we like your game, pitch. This was a blueprint. And according to one source, Melton loved the fact that the Lakers weren't just looking at him as a plug-in role player. They were envisioning him as a defensive anchor for the guard rotation. That kind of respect matters to players, especially those who pride themselves on doing the dirty work. There's also a rumor floating that the Lakers plan to pair him with Vanderbilt in certain small-ball defensive lineups designed purely to suffocate opposing offenses. Think about that. 2 relentless defenders flying around, covering ground, making life miserable for scorers. It's the kind of move that doesn't always show up in a box score, but can absolutely flip the momentum of a game. The Lakers seem to understand that better than most right now. And let's not forget the timing. This move comes at a point where the Western Conference is arguably the most loaded it's been in years. The Nuggets are the reigning champs. The Warriors are still dangerous. The Mavericks are hungry, and even teams like the Kings and Timberwolves are on a rise. If the Lakers want to survive that gauntlet, they can't just rely on outscoring opponents. They need to be able to shut people down. Melton's arrival signals that LA is gearing up for exactly that kind of playoff battle. You can almost picture it now. Late in the fourth quarter, up 2 points, and the other team's star guard brings the ball up, only to find Melton shadowing him step for step, cutting off passing lanes, forcing a contested shot that bricks off the rim. That's the vision the Lakers are betting on. And here's the wild part. Some insiders believe Melton's energy could rub off on guys like Reeves, Russell, and even LeBron, pushing them to elevate their own defensive intensity. In the marathon of an NBA season, having someone set that tone every night is invaluable. It's not just depth, it's identity. The ripple effects of this signing could stretch far beyond the box score. Lakers fans have been clamoring for a return to the gritty, defensive-minded identity that won them the 2020 championship, and Melton fits that mold perfectly. The rumor is that Darvin Ham has already started designing new defensive schemes specifically tailored to maximize Melton's instincts. Picture trap defenses at half court, aggressive double teams on hot scorers, and constant ball pressure to force mistakes. This isn't just about individual defense. It's about setting a defensive culture. And that's something the Lakers haven't fully committed to since their bubble run. If Melton can help them get back to that, it changes everything. Imagine AD patrolling the paint, Melton harassing the perimeter, and LeBron directing traffic. That's a three-layer defense that's hard to crack. Opposing teams might start dreading playing the Lakers, not because of the star power, but because of the grinded-out style that wears you down. And in the playoffs, that style wins games. If this rumor holds up, we might be looking at the Lakers' most balanced roster in years, capable of winning ugly as well as playing beautiful basketball. The fan reaction has been telling. Normally, a role player signing doesn't set social media ablaze, but this one feels different. The Lakers fan base, always quick to sense a potential cult hero, has latched on a Melton almost instantly. You're already seeing fan edits, custom jersey mock-ups, and welcome to LA highlight reels circulating at lightning speed. Some fans are even calling him the locksmith for his ability to shut down opponents. That kind of branding, even if it's just internet chatter for now, has a way of sticking, and once it sticks, it becomes part of the player's identity in the city. The Lakers are more than just a basketball team. They're an entertainment brand, a Hollywood stage. If Melton embraces that while staying true to his grind, he could become a fan favorite in record time. There's a certain magic when a defensive player gets the crowd roaring after a big stop, and LA hasn't had that kind of spark in a while. In a league dominated by offensive highlights, Melton's hustle plays could become the viral moments that define games. If the noise online is any indication, Lakers Nation is ready for that shift. There's also a strategic angle to this signing that's got league insiders raising their eyebrows. By adding Melton without giving up major assets, the Lakers have preserved their flexibility for future moves. That means they can still swing for another impact player at the trade deadline if the opportunity presents itself. And here's where the speculation heats up. Some believe Melton's arrival could make certain other guards expendable, potentially opening the door for a bigger trade package down the line. Imagine pairing Melton with a star-level addition. Suddenly, the Lakers' ceiling skyrockets. It's the kind of quiet, calculated maneuvering that championship front offices pull off when they're thinking ahead. Rob Pelinka has been criticized for missing on depth pieces in the past, but this feels like a deliberate step toward building a roster that's both playoff-ready and adaptable. And if the rumors are true that Melton's contract is team-friendly, that's just another layer of savvy to the deal. Flexibility, defense, and a player hungry to prove himself. That's a dangerous combination in the NBA, especially in a city that thrives on big moments and bigger stories. In the end, whether Melton's signing becomes the spark that ignites another Lakers title run or just a solid depth move will come down to how well the vision translates to the court. But one thing's for sure, the excitement is real, the rumors are juicy, and the possibilities are endless. The Lakers have added a piece that might not grab every headline, but could quietly become the heartbeat of their defense. For a team that's always been defined by its stars, embracing a defensive grinder as a key figure feels like a refreshing twist. And maybe that's exactly what they need. A reminder that championships aren't just won by the players who score the most points, but by the ones who prevent them. Melton's journey from underappreciated role player to potential Lakers difference maker is just beginning. And if the buzz is even half accurate, we're in for a fun ride. The purple and gold have made their move, and now the rest of the league will have to figure out how to deal with it. The only question left is, are they ready for what's coming? Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.